When I see edible flowers on a cake, salad, or drink, I always think there is no way that they can taste good. Honestly, not every edible flower is worth eating. Some are bitter, some are bland, some are only there for decoration. But the edible flowers that I am going to talk about actually taste really good. These flowers are peppery, sweet, some taste like cucumber, and some add a citrusy, floral, or herbal flavor that can make food and drinks feel really special. Before we get started, just remember, only eat flowers you can positively identify, only use flowers grown without pesticides, and do not eat flowers from florists, roadsides, or treated landscapes. So today we are counting down edible flower varieties that actually taste good. So let's grow by zone. Calendula is going to be number 10 on the list, and the variety I would look for is Pacific Beauty Calendula. The part you want to eat are the petals. Calendula has a lightly peppery, tangy, earthy flavor with just a little bitterness in a good way. It is not a sweet flower. It has more of a warm, savory, herbal taste, and most folks say it tastes like fall. The petals are beautiful in soups, rice, salads, butters, and egg dishes. They can also add a golden color, which is why calendula is sometimes called poor man's saffron. Pacific Beauty Calendula blooms in orange, golden yellow, apricot, cream, and soft peach. Calendula is grown as a cool season annual in most zones and does especially well in zones 2 through 11 during the cooler parts of the growing season. Coming in at number 9, we have Alaska Nasturtium, and this one is for people who actually want flavor, not just decoration. The flowers and leaves are edible. This is one of the best edible flowers if you like bold flavor. Nasturtium tastes peppery, spicy, fresh, and a little floral, almost like watercress or arugula. This is not just a pretty flower for decoration. It actually adds flavor to salads, tacos, sandwiches, avocado toast, and summer plates. Alaska Nasturtium blooms in orange, red, yellow, cream, peach, and burgundy, and the foliage is beautiful too because it has that variegated green and cream pattern. Nasturtiums are grown as warm season annuals in most zones and do well in zones 2 through 11 after frost has passed. For number 8, I had to include Borage Blue because this flower is pretty, edible, and surprisingly refreshing. The flower is the best part to eat fresh. The young leaves are edible too, but they are fuzzy, so most people prefer using the flowers. Borage has a light, cool, fresh cucumber flavor. It tastes clean and refreshing, which makes it perfect for summer drinks, lemon water, iced tea, salads, and flower ice cubes. This is one of those edible flowers that actually makes sense in a drink because the flavor matches the look. Borage Blue usually blooms in vivid blue, but borage can also bloom in pink or white. Borage is grown as an annual in most zones and grows well during the warm season in zones 2 through 11. Next on the list, at number 7, is Panorama Bee Balm, and this one gives you big flavor, fragrance, and pollinators all in one plant. The flower petals and leaves are edible. Bee Balm has a minty, herbal, slightly citrusy flavor with a little spice to it. Depending on the variety, it can taste like a mix of mint, oregano, and a hint of citrus. It is beautiful in tea, infused honey, fruit salads, syrups, and garden drinks. And this is one of those plants that gives you more than one benefit because it is edible, fragrant, and loved by hummingbirds, bees, and butterflies. Panorama Bee Balm can bloom in red, pink, purple, lavender, rose, and white. Bee Balm is a perennial that usually thrives in USDA zones 3 through 9. At number 6, we have common chive blossoms, and if you love savory food, this one can be useful in so many ways. The blossom stems and leaves are edible. The flowers have a mild onion flavor, but they are softer and slightly sweeter than the leaves. They taste fresh, savory, and oniony without being too strong. I love these for eggs, potatoes, soups, salads, cream cheese, butter, and baked potatoes. Instead of using the whole flower head at once, you can pull it apart into tiny little florets and sprinkle them over food. Common chive blossoms are usually lavender purple with round, fluffy flower heads. Chives are perennial herbs that usually thrive in USDA zones 3 through 9. Halfway through the list, number 5 is Firewitch Dianthus, and this one brings a sweet, spicy flavor that feels perfect for desserts. The edible part is the petals only. Dianthus has a lightly sweet, spicy, clove-like flavor with a soft floral taste. It is one of the better edible flowers for desserts because it has that warm spice note. It works beautifully with fruit salads, cakes, teas, simple syrups, and even strawberries. Just make sure you remove the white base of the petal before eating it because that part can taste bitter. Firewitch Dianthus is known for its bright magenta pink flowers, but other Dianthus varieties can bloom in pink, red, white, lavender, coral, and bicolor shades. Dianthus is usually perennial in USDA zones 3 through 9 depending on the variety. Number 4 belongs to Munstead Lavender, but this is one you want to use carefully because the flavor is strong. The edible part is the flower bud. Lavender has a floral, herbal, slightly sweet flavor, but it is very strong. Used lightly, it can taste elegant and beautiful, but if you use too much, it can quickly taste soapy or like perfume. Munstead Lavender is wonderful in lemonade, shortbread, tea, honey, whipped cream, syrups, and sugar. The key is to start with a very small amount. You can always add more, but once lavender takes over a recipe, there is no going back. Munstead Lavender is usually lavender purple, but lavender can also bloom in blue purple, pink, or white. Munstead Lavender usually thrives in USDA zones 5 through 9, especially in full sun and well-draining soil. For number 3, Johnny Jump Up Violas are one of the easiest edible flowers to actually use in the kitchen. The flowers and petals are edible. Johnny Jump Ups have a mild, fresh, slightly sweet flavor with a little grassy note. They are not overpowering, which makes them one of the best edible flowers for decorating food without changing the flavor too much. They are perfect for cakes, cookies, salads, drinks, pressed flower desserts, and decorative ice cubes. If you want a flower that is beautiful and easy to use, this is one of the best choices. Johnny Jump Up Violas bloom in purple, yellow, white, blue, lavender, burgundy, and blended little faces. Violas are usually grown as cool season annuals in most zones, but some can act like short-lived perennials. They perform well in zones 2 through 11 during cool weather. Almost at the top of the list, number 2 is fragrant Rugosa Roses, because roses can taste just as beautiful as they smell. The petals are edible. Rose hips are edible too. But for this video, we are focusing on the petals. Rugosa rose petals have a sweet, floral, fruity flavor that can sometimes taste almost berry-like. Usually, the stronger the rose smells, the more flavor it has. These petals are beautiful in tea, rose sugar, syrups, jams, desserts, and fruit salads. If the white base of the petal tastes bitter, just remove that part before using the petals. Rugosa roses can bloom in pink, deep rose, white, red, and soft lavender pink, depending on the variety. Rugosa roses usually thrive in USDA zones 2 through 7, and many other edible rose types grow well in zones 4 through 10. And the number 1 edible flower on this list is Roselle Hibiscus, because the flavor is extremely bold, deliciously fruity, the perfect amount of tart, and it stands out from the others. The part most commonly used is the red calyx, which is the fleshy part that forms after the flower blooms. The flower petals can be edible too, but the calyx is the part that gives hibiscus tea that deep red color and bold flavor. Roselle has a tart, fruity, cranberry-like taste. It is bright, tangy, and refreshing, which is why it works so well in hibiscus tea, lemonade, mocktails, syrups, jams, and sauces. This is one of the best edible flowers because the flavor actually stands out. Roselle has pale yellow flowers with deep red centers, followed by those beautiful red calyxes. Roselle hibiscus is usually grown as a warm season annual in most zones, but it can be perennial in zones 9 through 11. This video proves that the best edible flowers are not just pretty, they should actually have a nice, unforgettable flavor. Peppery, sweet, herbal, floral, tart, and fruity. Just remember to only eat flowers you can identify, grow them without chemicals, wash them gently, and start with small amounts if you have never eaten them before. If this helped, save this list and share it with a garden friend who wants to grow something beautiful and delicious. And if you want to know what grows best in your zone, make sure to follow along because here on Grow by Zone, we are growing plant by plant, zone by zone, and helping you grow smarter wherever you live.